4 years ago, my wife Denise and I and our son walked away from a six-figure business and our comfortable life in the city to build all of this. All right, Dan, full transparency, when we building all of this, guys, we don't know what we're doing from day to day. We're doing whatever it takes because we're building a dream home, we're building a farm, and we're building a new life. But today I'm building some hot sauce, which I've never done before. Just so happens, I'll just share this with you real quick. My wife and I overdid the hot peppers the other day, so we don't really have the desire to eat anymore for a while. We're going to not let them go to waste, especially because our friend Sherry and Tim shared some of their peppers with us. So we're going to do something that we've never done before because this was originally the dream, baby. Not the whole dream, but it was part of the dream. So 4 years ago, Denise and I and our family packed up and left the big city behind. We walked away from our six-figure business that we had built from the ground up. We were making good money, guys. We were making good money. We had jobs lined up. Our future was pretty set. And everything looked like we wanted it to. However, we didn't feel fulfilled. There was always a longing and a calling for one of us. And I have underlying issues. Some call them prepperitis or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. We'll make something up later, guys. You know what I mean? We'll make it up while we cutting up all these. What do I got here? I got 655 grams of peppers, guys, most of which are jalapenos. The rest are going to be what I believe to be these serranos. What do you think? Are these serranos, guys? They, at the end, they red. They are really mad. They look mad. I also have a jalapeno that was doing it too, but we ain't talking about that right now. It's going to be some screaming bunker backside buster sauce is what we're going to call this. The Bama Lama Buster bunker sauce or something. What do you guys think? What should we call it? I don't know. We making it up right now. Not all of it. Realistically, we could have continued to grow our business. So we had a decision to make. What did we decide to do? We decided to walk away from it all for something different. We closed the doors on our painting business. We sold our home. We packed up all of our belongings. We went on the great search of the world to find a piece of property that was calling our name. And we found it here in north central Arkansas, where we are now, 4 years later. We decided the best plan of action was to start everything over from scratch. But today, while I'm making this hot sauce, probably messing it up. It is a 3-ingredient, super easy recipe to follow. I'm going to tell you guys exactly why we did it. And even with all the hard times and the insecurities and the fears, we would do it all over again. If you've ever thought about leaving something successful that you built for something different, even if it didn't make very much sense, but you just knew you felt like you had to do it because it felt right, this one's for you. Or if you want to learn how to make hot sauce. These peppers, guys, these are going to be screaming. Yeah, you don't have to do too much with these peppers here, guys. I thought about maybe taking some of the seeds out, but I ain't gonna. We're going to do what we're going to call the hybrid version, right? It's going to be in between not cooking it and barely cooking it. Super easy, get her done right now. Kind of hot sauce, no fermentation needed. So let me take you guys back. 15 years ago, Denise and I, we started a painting business together. We really didn't know what we were doing. We just knew that we wanted something different, like we wanted to be able to pay our bills was one of the important things about it, right? We found a level of success in that. We actually started from absolutely nothing. Nothing to brag about, not even the clothes on our back. Yeah, I remember meeting Denise. She was a sweetheart on a bus. Remember that, baby cakes? Absolutely. Pretty little face, hiding behind these humongous highway patrol sunglasses. I remember. She didn't even barely notice me until we got on the train. Then she noticed me because I smelled bad. I smelled like I had a J-O-B. Yeah, so early on in Denise and I's relationship, we knew we wanted something more. We wanted something different, and we knew that the direction that we were both going at that time was not going to get us there. It was going to satisfy the way we were currently living, but we longed for something more, and that required more risk, more effort. So we started a painting business. Had it going for quite a while, and we did. We built that business up into something that I was very, very proud of. As a matter of fact, sometimes I cringe when I think about walking away from it because we did put so much into it. But that's a story for another time. The biggest take from all of that is that Denise and I were able to build from nothing. Seriously, from nothing. We met each other with nothing. We found each other. We got a place together. We were both finding jobs. We advanced. We turned our desire into more. Our dreams started becoming reality. And the biggest take was we were able to accomplish this together. It didn't matter what we chose to do. We wanted a painting business, we built one. We wanted a home, we bought one. We wanted to go on vacation, we went. We did everything that we wanted to do, and it still didn't feel like enough. And we don't want to downplay what we had accomplished because it was just a stepping stone. We created something that was special. We really were raking in money, and that is people's dreams. Sometimes those are people's dreams being answered, and we thought for a while that was for us as well. One of the things I don't want to minimize is what we actually accomplished, because neither Denise nor I were painters, even though Denise thought she was a painter because she watched Bob Ross one time. So evidently she was skilled. And her grandpa did something too with some places she maybe helped with. Or whatever. The stories are there, right? There's a difference between being able to paint and knowing how to create a business that is profitable painting. That's not as easy, especially in such a competitive market, being people that are as small as we are. We started out small and we worked from the bottom, right? I had to really work long days, and I put in the elbow grease. We both put it in just to be able to make a name for ourselves. And in the end, we had the keys to the castle, guys. We were doing it. Truth be told, it wasn't just as simple as grabbing a paintbrush, because to build a business, you either have to pay people to do a lot of things, or you have to be like us, broke, which we know how to do. We were broke when we started this business, which means the best we could do was just afford QuickBooks. Denise had to learn how to perform all the functions that are required to keep your books. We ended up actually getting help, right, with like the taxes and stuff, because that really does take a skill. But the rest of the stuff we had to do. It wasn't just go paint something, come home, and party time. It was hard work and long days and huge sacrifice. And in the end, we knew that we could do it because we did it. So some of you might be asking, why, guys, why? And our friends did the same thing. They asked us why. Why? You worked so hard for this, guys. You worked so hard for this, and you built it up to where it is. Why are you willing to walk away from something like that? This is somebody's dream come true, and we fear you may be making a huge mistake. And maybe we did. Maybe we are. We don't have the answer to that one right now, but we're looking for the answers, right? The reason we decided to do it is because it came at a great cost. One of the costs was the physical toll it was taking on us. We always pushed ourselves that extra mile because we didn't want to have to pay a bunch of other people. We wanted to be able to do this on our own, make money, and maybe move on to something else. It was always in the cards for us to find something else, just we didn't know what that something else was going to be. And it was also the price of we were losing experiences in life. yay, we were making money hand over fist, but what were we doing? Well, Uncle Sam was happy with us. They loved us at tax season. You know, I was always stressed out. Didn't bring me great joy, especially because we all know they don't know how to spend that money right. They think they do. The best thing we did out of all of it, guys, was first and foremost, we became debt-free. That's huge. We were able to work that into our life. But the most rewarding thing we were able to do was there was a few of those paint jobs that meant something. Like when we were able to paint my mentor's daughter's very first apartment, her house, she bought it. And we were able to paint that for her. So it was a memory that she'll get to carry forever, and I know we'll carry forever. And it was a gift. So when we were making that money, we were able to do that. And it wasn't just those people that helped us or that we helped. It was our family. We were able to help our family. Or just some person on the street. We would feel compelled. Let's help this person. And we would stop and talk to them. And we would share some good stuff with them. Hope, usually, is what it is. And for most of them, the jangalanga, because they probably just went and bought something they shouldn't be buying, which is why they was out on the street in the first place. But we didn't judge them on that. We just gave them hope. And those were the things that we were able to do. And of course, vacation. That was awesome. We were able to boogie, but in the same sense, the price was we never felt comfortable at home. And it's not because we didn't have a nice home. It was a shoebox, but it was still our home. But we never felt home, which was, that's our own stuff. And you guys will see that, and you probably have before if you've been following along, and if you haven't and you're just catching on right now is a perfect time. Give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying this content and you like hot sauce, man, with some of these serranos. Make sure that you hollering down below, let us know. Whatever, have you ever made hot sauce before? Are you doing it right? Am I doing it right? I'm probably doing it wrong, guys. Well, look at me right now. I shaved too, so you don't even know who I am anymore. I'm brand new. But you could also subscribe, and you could share our content, or maybe give us that jazzercising that's going on there. Hype. Hype is what it's called. If you hook us up with a hype, man, we're going to be so hyped up for that. There was a few other things, like we were like sacrificing our own dreams because we rather did enjoy being able to pay our bills without the next check. And we rather did enjoy all the luxuries that could come with it. But in the end, that's all it ever was external happiness. We were reaching out for something that we weren't finding. And maybe that's what crazy means. They say a lot of things, and who cares what they say? This is what I'm about to say right now is serious stuff, man. This hot sauce is going to burn you through and through. This stuff here is Christmas hot sauce. Look, it's green and red, and it's all full of fire. I'm just telling you right now. So, Denise, she sacrificed a lot. Throughout her life choices, she sacrificed a lot. And one of the things I'm not going to talk about, I'll leave that for her to talk about, but one of the answers to being able to fulfill one of Denise's desires was to be able to have animals. And we lived in the city, guys, and we had a dog, but it was a city dog. And our neighbor had chickens and goats, and that's probably why we ended up out here in the woods on a farm, because our neighbor had farm animals. I mean, they could have had a race car or a boat or something, you know what I mean? And then right now we'd be racing cars and boats, but they had chickens and goats. So guess what we have, guys? We have chickens and goats. And you know what else they did? They grew their own food, which was, oh, we got chickens and dogs. We don't have goats, but that's okay. We had pigs. Not that it matters, guys, but I'm going to say it real quick because I am making it. That's a bunch of hot peppers right there. It's 200 milliliters of distilled white vinegar and 13 grams of pink Himalayan sea salts going into our hot sauce. I'm going to save the other half of my vinegar, which is right here. We're going to go ahead and soften this stuff up outside because it will make pepper gas, and we'll all be choking if I don't do this outside. So we're going to take this outside real quick. Pretty jazzed up right now. I get to use the brand new grill, the side burner. How cool is that? Guys, we're doing what's called the hybrid style right here. If we could have just chopped this up fresh, uncooked, and it would have a sharp, hot, organic, peppery flavor, which is wonderful. But we're more of a Frank's Red Hot. But we're gonna soften this stuff up and take that edge off a little bit by heating it up some. Plus it'll make it smoother and easier to siphon out. I'll just tell you that one of the things that blew me away was the way technology was. I once in my past tried to start a metal building business and a metal roofing business, and I did. I had to look up books, and we had a hard time researching how to do some of the stuff that today technology allows us to do at the touch of a finger. It's absolutely amazing, and that's what we did. We started a painting business with very minimal experience, but we knew people, and I already knew that I could learn. That's the only thing you really have to know. Your limitations, which should be very little, and do you know how to learn, or do you already know everything? Well, I found a channel called the Idaho Painter, and that channel taught me how to do drywall, taught me how to paint, and taught me how to make money at it. And I knew then that there was something to this. And we did it. We built an amazingly successful business from nothing. With the experience we had was minimal, but the experience we had access to was endless. I did bait for deer out back, so we listen in for those too, guys, because that's the life. You feel me? What life did you fall in love with? You know what I mean? This is the one we fell in love with. Hunting actually wasn't really part of it for me, but here we are. There was one thing, though, I couldn't deny. All the hard work that we did, all the learning that we did, everything that we put forward as far as becoming a very successful painting and contracting business, I couldn't deny the fact that it was taking a toll on my body. And I had to start questioning myself. How long can I do this? What's my options here? Does anybody else really have the same passion in this as I do? Because it's not just a painting business to us. We built this. We built this city. You know what I'm talking about? And when you're the one that put in all the hard work, you gave all the sacrifice, you took all the risk and the chances, and it has everything that is left in you. It means something different, right? And to just turn that over to somebody else was something that we had struggled with. We didn't have a choice, really. If we wanted to continue that lifestyle, we were going to have to expand and trust somebody. The only person I did trust, I'm not sure even had much of a desire to do it, which was my son, Gage. He, you know, you don't know what you want to do in life until you get a chance to experience it. And that's what Gage is doing right now. So whether he's enjoying what he's doing or not will be determined with time only, right? What direction he goes. But it didn't seem like painting was the thing. You feel me? We don't want to overcook these. Just want to soften them up, guys. One of the greatest things that we did build out of the business, aside from our confidence in ourselves and our abilities to do it, and the courage, we built courage within ourselves to take those risks, right? But we also built a community. Without even realizing it, we were building what we were searching for. It was just on a different platform, if you will. It was a construction community, and we shared information, shared and skills shared, and we became like family. Like one of the people that helped keep our lights on was also my mentor and was my friend. All at the same time, we become family with a lot of these people. And most of them I still have that same feeling for. We can still talk. We don't talk much because that's the way life goes, but it's not like we drifted on bad terms. They're all good memories and feelings. So I don't feel like I lost those people. I just feel like we've grown different ways, and that's okay. But it hurts sometimes. I miss my friends sometimes. I got to bring my best friend though. You know what I mean? I'm a pretty lady. I know I don't deserve her, guys. I know a lot of you look at me and go, how did that fool do that? Yep, so what is it then? Make good money at the price of our health and our sanity? Was it even worth it ever from the beginning? Did we waste our time chasing that dream? I don't know. All I know is we were always looking for something different, and that just didn't seem like that was what our dream was. So after long contemplation, debating, chasing our fantasy dreams, weighing them against reality and what was actually possible for us, we decided that we were going to walk away from what we knew for something new. We didn't exactly know what we were looking for, but we knew that at that very moment, which is right around the time that the world was a little crazy and a lot of people were thinking about, should I keep putting this off or should I try it before it's too late? And that's where we found ourselves. Well, we had already decided what we were going to do just 3 to 5 years early. So that's how I found myself here right now, making hot sauce in north central Arkansas in the woods, building my dream home. Truth be told, it was absolutely terrifying. Still is even today. Being terrified, not just entering into something we didn't know or understand, it was also walking away from what we did know, which was a guaranteed income. It was a future, a direction, something that we had already worked so hard for and built from the ground up. It was ours, and it was amazing. Woohoo! That stuff is powerful. Powerful. Our families thought we had lost our minds. Our friends actually asked us if we were okay. We even had people that tried to talk us out of this, offering us money, lots and lots of money, which was very tempting at that time. But at what cost is what we came down to. We found ourselves deciding that we would rather take 10 years to build our dream home and live debt-free than to continue with what we thought we wanted, which isn't at all what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Maybe we didn't know everything that was going to come with it, but in the end, we're living a dream. And in the end, what that comes down to, we'd rather struggle out here on our own terms than to make 6 figures and destroy ourselves while we're doing it. So we did it! We sold our house, we closed the doors on our business, we found our little slice of the dream, and here we are now 4 years into it. Guys, I've barely used this thing. We bought all this stuff while we were entertaining the dream. Here I am making my first hot sauce. And we'll strain it back into that. In the end though, guys, I think we really made the best decision, even though we still struggle today. Our struggle is not because we can't pay bills that we shouldn't have anyways. We're debt free. And if that doesn't say enough, then we're asking for too much. Denise and I already know how to live in poverty. We both grew up that way. We both started our relationship that way. And we made those decisions that brought us out of it. And in the end, We started realizing that poverty isn't only a dollar sign. There's more to the story, and you can rob your own personal bank account of happiness and joy and experience when you chasing that almighty dollar, which is what I'm good at. Yep, so here we are, 4 years into this adventure, guys, and YouTube is now our primary income. Some months, guys, we making less than $600. Some months we do really well. It's variable. For us, it's not concrete or dependable, but it is what we have. Let's go with smoothie. All right. I'm making hot sauce. That right there, folks, is the other 200 milliliters of distilled white vinegar. So when we first moved out here to Arkansas, our intentions were to start a worm farm because we had some direction and some inspiration in that aspect. What we didn't have was experience, and we haven't abandoned that idea completely, but over the course of the last 4 years, we have learned that we need to adapt to our environment to continue that. So since then, guys, over 3 years now, we've invested all of our time and efforts into YouTube and trying to create a business out of it. And we have found some encouragement and success, and we found failure. Luckily, we don't have like debt, because we would be in real big trouble right now if we had to pay out maxed credit cards and a home. The biggest thing is, guys, is most people spend a lot of their time trying to pay their rent or pay a mortgage. So we don't have that. Of course, we are building a home, but we're building it very small with the limited funds that we have. But we're staying debt free, which means $600 a month is poor and we can't survive on it. But we're moving in the right direction, especially when we diversify, such as the soap store. Denise is not a soap store, but it is a form of revenue for us if we put effort into it and you guys enjoy it. You bless us with purchases from it, and that helps us keep the lights on and helps us buy an extra window. We also raise animals. This is a huge way for us to be able to continue to live this way, as we harvest eggs every single day. We collect eggs from our chickens. We can eat our chickens. We need to get better at that. But we can also harvest from the land. We did raise 3 pigs, and we are surviving off of those pigs now for nearly 2 years. This January will be an entire year, a year and a half now, just about, since we've been eating the pigs. And we also have hunting available to us. These are maybe less conventional ways to be able to afford this lifestyle without huge debt, but it's what we're willing to try. We're even willing to try fish. We just haven't figured out how to catch them yet. What would you be willing to do? You know what I'm saying? Holla down below. Let me know what you would be willing to do to maintain this lifestyle if you was in our position where you only made $600 from YouTube. All right, so I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to try to trick you or fool you or put like a filter over the situation that we currently are in. It's hard. The painting business was much easier. All we had to do was learn how to paint and keep the jobs coming. But with YouTube, we have no clue. That was dependable. It is like a roller coaster. It's a bunch of ups and downs that we can't predict, whereas in our last business, we could. Wintertime, things slow down. Summertime, things pick up. You can predict that. With YouTube, we're at the mercy of how YouTube presents us and the ever-changing interests of people. It's not easy. It's scary. It's hard. Oftentimes I'm stumbling around here completely lost. I don't know if I live in a construction zone or a commercial or what it is anymore. I'm just trying to find it. And I find myself oftentimes struggling with this, but I don't have to, because if I focus on all the things I don't know, I forget about all the things I do know. And I think I can be happy with those things because I just made hot sauce, homemade hot sauce. Have you ever done that? Probably. Everybody in the world's probably made hot sauce but me. I made this. So the $1 million question, which is what I would have been able to put in the bank if I'd have just stuck out my painting business for another 3 years. Is it all worth it? I still wake up in the morning sore. I still have to work real hard. But I don't have all the stresses of being in the city weighing on me. Or am I going to get another job? Is this one going to end for us? I'm not carrying all that weight. And although I still have physical demands with this new lifestyle, it's at my pace. It's not at the competitive pace of a painting market in a big city, which is high pace, and you've got to be competitive. And you have to be willing to give it up. You're sacrificing yourself for that dollar. Out here, I don't have to do it. I just have to be willing to not have that dollar, or many of them. So is it worth it? Woo! That is amazing. Yes, that is worth it. It's going to be even better when I take the pulp out. The heat goes away, just so you know.
It's pretty good.
What? Yes, it is worth it. And it's because I never wanted to be a painter in the first place. I also didn't want to be a homesteader, but I like to eat. And I like this kind of stuff. Guys, truth be told, I used to YouTube a lot about how to barbecue and how to do this in the oven and make that. And I love it. I love it. I'm just not good enough to be a YouTube kitchen channel. Otherwise, I would frickin' do it if I can compete. But I can't because I don't have that many recipes. But in the end, I still love it. And this one means something different. A friend provided us with some of these peppers. We were able to use other peppers. Even though we bought them from the store, we were able to use them in and create something that we love, which is hot sauce. We love spicy food. And this right here, after it's strained, which is why we cooked it, guys, it's going to last long enough for us. This is going to be awesome because we go through it. And if you don't already know, we looked for the jug of Frank's Red Hot, the gallon at the store. It's gone. This is amazing. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about walking away from something, even if it's something successful, here's what I want you guys to know. It's never too late to do this. I was nearly 50 when we decided to go for this. Debt-free is not easy, but you sleep better at night. You can count on that. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be comfortable again. We don't have to live that crazy life that we've all been probably taught is the answer. Go get the debt. Go get this. Go get that. And that's what happiness is. Well, what if happiness is just a blended up hot pepper with some vinegar that I get to put on my hot dogs or my hamburgers? What if that's what happiness is? That's okay too. Nobody else needs to like it, just you. So if it's something that's dragging you down emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, come on. It's okay to walk away from it and try something new. It would only be crazy if you continue to do the same thing that hurts you every single day in hopes to find happiness. It's a pulpin. Oh, right here. Look at this right here. It's my hot sauce and I'll cry if I eat it. I'm making a big mess, guys. That's my life. Part of homesteading. Your wife can't get mad when you make a mess. Guys, in the end, what are we doing? We're building something sustainable at our own pace. Yeah, it's not perfect. And we definitely not experts at any of it. We just real people figuring this out. If you're thinking about a big change, maybe walking away from something, maybe you want to start over, maybe you want to do something different. I really do hope that this helps you. If nothing else, I hope that in the end it shows you that this is possible. It probably isn't going to be easy, but I would bet that it'll be worth it. All right, guys, so here it is right here, right now. This is the dream, right? Maybe not everybody's dream, but it was the one that we had come up with. And the most important thing is that we actually followed our dreams. And it's not easy, but it's not any harder than what we were doing before. When I quit my full-time job to start precision painting and custom remodels, it was very scary for me. And I conquered that fear, which left me with no excuse but to take the chance, because a dream is only a dream unless you chase it. Make those reality, because that's what life is about. In the end, we're not all like, oh, look at all the dreams I wish I would have experienced. We talk about and people share the stories of the things that we did, right? And that's where we want to be, and that's where we want you to be. And maybe you already there and you can share something with me on that. And I would accept it. I will take advice, right? But in the end, if we all just leave that fear behind a little bit and be brave enough to chase one dream at a time, if that's all you can do. Maybe not like us, where we just jumped all the way in completely, right? Maybe not like that, but don't abandon the dream just because it seems hard or unattainable. The only thing that is unattainable is the dream that we don't try to accomplish or experience. So don't be afraid. Make your own hot sauce. That's 655 grams of hot peppers, 13 grams of coarse pink Himalayan sea salt, and 400 milliliters of distilled white vinegar, cooked for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then blended in the Ninja on smoothie status, strained out, bottled, and here we are, baby. Look at that. It's a whole bottle of hot sauce. We're going to end it right here, guys. If you're enjoying our content, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. It really does help us, and it helps us with that algorithm. And make sure that you're hitting that notification bell. We are hearing that the people that have the notification bell hit, they're getting us on their recommended feeds. So that's very encouraging for us, because we really feel like we're failures all the time, and that's a struggle that is within, right? We feel less than sometimes. So we need to see results to believe that we're doing something right sometimes. But that's not always the case, because when you guys subscribe, we know that we're doing something right because you're here, right? And when you share our videos with other people and they say, Uncle Buck shared this with me and I love you guys, then we really know we on fire and we doing something right. And I'm going to share my special hot sauce paste with you, and we all going to burn together and use baby cakes of salve to bring the heat down, baby. All right? So make sure you're checking out itsallgrady.com if you're interested in supporting our channel that way. Otherwise, we're going to close this one up right here, guys. Thanks for watching. We love you.
We appreciate you guys.
We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.